For this video, I'm going to take a quick look at the Arcade Central Entertainment Center located in Presque, Maine. So today I've been exploring northern Maine, and I decided to check out this modest-sized arcade located at the local mall. It is a pretty quirky attraction. They've made some interesting decisions, and some of them I really like. For example, this is the first arcade in a mall that I've ever seen that actually had not one but two full-size pool tables. They also had a air hockey table as well as a foosball table. So there's a lot of traditional games set up here. They had an overabundance of prize cranes, which I'm not a huge fan of. I think they're kind of, rigged and almost impossible to actually get the prize you're trying to catch with the crane. I also really appreciated the full row of skeeball machines, and they're nice skeeball machines compared to what I'm used to at the Jersey Shore. They definitely are just as nice, and I only had $2 on me, but I played pretty much exclusively the skeeball machines while I was there. The big shortcoming that I see for a place called Arcade Central is the lack of arcade cabinets. They had some racing games. They had the Star Wars Arcade Racer, and they had a couple sit-down racing games, but they don't really have traditional arcade games. There was no Street Fighter 2, Pac-Man, Galaga. They didn't even have a Neo Geo cabinet, which are pretty ubiquitous. I was actually really disappointed that they don't have actually more arcade games at the Arcade Central. The other thing they really need to work on is the selection of the prizes. For someone who grew up on the boardwalks of Myrtle Beach and Old Orchard Beach and Jersey Shore, the prizes are amazing at those particular arcades, and they could really use some work here at Arcade Central. I mean, I like that they're trying to do the prize redemption, but the little glass case of just a couple of prizes just doesn't give people the incentive to actually play the arcade games here. If they had a better collection of prizes. I realize this is a small town with only like a population of 10,000, but if you want the locals to play some of these arcade games, you kind of need to give them a reason to do so. And the prizes could definitely use a lot of work here at Arcade Central. So what's the bottom line for Arcade Central? It's okay. I mean, there are certainly better arcades in Maine. Old Orchard Beach is loaded with them. This place is definitely the best attraction like this in the local area. I would say if you're on vacation in Aroostook County and you're looking for something for kids to do for an hour or two, this isn't a bad idea. Obviously, you'll probably go through more money in an arcade versus taking them to the Braden Theater and catching a movie instead. One of the things I'll mention before I go is there's a children's museum as well as a trampoline park basically right next door to this place in the mall. So if you start combining these local attractions together, then I think it becomes a lot more compelling, and it's something you might consider, spending the entire day at the child's museum and the arcade, or the trampoline park and the arcade, something like that. Then it kind of makes a lot of sense. Thanks for joining me on another arcade vlog. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and subscribe.